Well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? Long anticipated. Surely we've all spent enough time waiting for this very moment. If you're anything like me, you may think that impatience is the true virtue. I know that any time that there is something just out of my reach, something only a moment's away from me, that stepping forth and taking it for myself, not later, not when it was convenient for someone else, but then and there, those moments are not only fulfilling, but they're necessary. Let's turn over that old phrase. I truly think that impatience is the virtue. Ambition, drive, and a willingness to do what it takes to take what other people may not be willing to give. All this ambling just to say the anti heroes, anti villains, antagonists, the main characters of this story, they know a lot about what I'm speaking, about taking something that you're sure you know is truly yours and claiming it as such. But with these great powers do come great responsibilities. And one of the most important responsibilities is, well, the person who does the recap.
I did it last time. Someone would like to give it a go. Where's Carlos? I think Carlos should do it.
Well, that kind of makes it easy. I can do the recap that's relevant to the campaign tonight. Last episode, we started this fight. It's still ongoing.
I mean,
That's the summary of my notes as well.
so we got the fight. Other than the fight, Atlantis woke up next to Joelbringer and Melinda. Had an awkward talk with Gloombringer. Stark met with Wolfman and the Vampire Sisters, and is currently in danger. Wasn't here for part of the vampire stuff, so I don't know exactly what they talk about.
Vampire things.
Yeah.
There's politics. There's backstabbing. There is blood. All the standard vampire things.
Yeah.
Planned tropes.
The end.
You know,
Anybody remember the context of the fight?
I don't ask much of y'all. The recap is very straightforward. You could at least put some effort into remembering some of the key details of the last session, as again, it is up on the YouTube channel. Cough, cough.
Oh, and at the end of the fight last week, Slayer got stabbed in the gut. He had a sword driven through his torso.
Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate you. Chris, do better.
I stand on my recap. I
I
captured
think
everything that's relevant to the people who are playing tonight.
I think the level of pettiness needs to be addressed in and of yourselves because I am not a fucking therapist. I'm not going to baby
I
you
mean,
grown ass men.
the Atlantis
Decorum
stuff is
and
relevant to
compassion.
everyone.
I was just trying
Besides
not to metagame.
besides all of that, children. I'm dealing with children. If anyone has any good parenting books, please send them my way.
Trust me, they don't work.
Well, never mind then, I guess. With all of that being said, I'm gonna grab our We did leave off on a bit of a cliffhanger last week. As was mentioned, the throes of battle had begun in the dreamland. And an unseen attacker taunts them from the dreamscape. All while, a dark, insidious figure apparates and drives a sword through Slayer's chest. Slayer, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. This will determine whether or not you get the reaction to Shoost that you had prepared.
Is this a spell?
It is not.
Okay. 14.
14. As the sound of metal meeting meat reverberates throughout the room, and the last bit of echo left from the voice of the conjurer of this dream fades from the room. All eyes turn to Slayer, with the sword driven completely through his chest. Face and skin growing sallow and paler instantly. Spark of life in his eyes slowly drains, and as his body falls limp, the silence in the room is once again cut through by the thud of Slayer falling to the ground. Still partially knelt. Slayer, you are reduced to 0 hit points, and you are making death saving throws.
Okay. I'll use strength before death. And as I hit the ground, I'm going to pull up my rifle.
From me, your DM, and our wonderful viewers at home, would you let us know what strength before death does?
Strength before death. Once per long rest, if I take damage that reduces me to 0, it doesn't kill me, and I can use my reaction to delay falling unconscious. I immediately take an extra turn, interrupting the current one, and during that turn, taking damage causes death saving throw failures as normal, and 3 death saving throws can still kill me, but when the turn ends, I fall unconscious. I still have 0 HP.
Okay. What does it look like as the shadowy figure appears, drives a sword through your chest, and you fight off the throes of your mortality?
As I said, as I hit the ground, kind of a thump, a breath of resilience will kind of come back into me. And with my last breath, I'm going to shoot at this creature with everything I got. I'm going to forego advantage to get an extra shot, which should nets me, I think, the next 2 extra shots. 37 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. Reload. 43 to hit. And that's me 1 extra shot. 55 to hit. Ooh, that's a crit. And I will then bonus action, throw my knife. Let me just mark down all my damage here. I have 1, 2, and a crit. The knife. 27 to hit.
Go ahead.
Okay. Knife. That will get me a reload. And I will then action surge. And I'll do it all again. Fish for crits. 1 hit, reload. No. 3 more hits, okay. And time for damage. 43. Plus 42. 42. 36. 41. And a crit. It's going to be 28 plus 16 is 44. 78. Plus a knife. 20. Math. Why is this being weird? Here we go. Oh, that's why. My escape button was being held down. $302 damage, please.
And I'm going to flavor this a little. Instead of it just being one shot, as Slayer falls back, the sword pulling out of the wound, with the last bit of strength in your body, you pull down the rear cock lever on the sniper rifle that you've grown and upgraded over a long career, and pull it into one of its stronger settings. And the railgun begins to charge, ticking 1, 2, 3, 4 times. As the shadow walks closer to buy yourself some more time for the gun to continue loading, you toss a dagger. It shoots through the shadowy form, leaving behind a small perforation, and it whizzes back to your side. Him stumbling towards you, momentarily stopped by the dagger. It's just enough time for the beep of your railgun to signify shots ready. You let one blazing round, charged by all four, shoot through. And when the light of this beam of energy finally dissipates, the shadow's gone. Nothing but a blazing hole left where your shot left its mark. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh, I am unconscious with 0 hit points.
When it gets to the end of your turn, right?
Yeah, as I end my turn, if the shadow disappears, then I'll just kind of like reach out to Dream and like collapse.
End of Slayer's turn. Tempo. You watch the horrific
Do their
scene.
reaction.
Oh, sorry.
I want to use my flute and get a bunch of Oompa Loompas to start mourning Slayer. That's all.
Tempo. From your prone position, you can see the shadow completely obliterated by this ray of light. Slowly begin to form again.
Damn. So it is my turn then.
You are still prone for this turn.
Am I unable to stand?
Correct, you are prone for this turn.
Okay. In my case, and is it forming in the same spot that it was before?
It looks like it.
Okay. I am going to cast. Let me double check the range on this. 120 feet, yeah. I'm going to cast level 8 Big B's Hand. And I'll cast it directly between Slayer and where the shadow is forming. So, like right there. For interposing hand with Bigby's hand, it says it interposes the hand between me and the creature, but can I instead do an ally in the creature?
What does it specifically say?
It specifically says it interposes itself between you and the creature you choose.
That is a good question.
But personally, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be able to instead interpose for an ally.
Say yes.
Okay.
Also, that's kind of Tempo's MO. Force fields for other people and themselves.
So it's the spectral mechanical hand emerges from the ground between Slayer the palm facing towards where the shadow is, and it sort of braces itself as Slayer gets half cover, and the target can't move through the hand space if its strength score is equal. It's less than or equal to this hand strength score. And if it's higher, then it's difficult terrain.
Okay. That was your action.
That's my action. Double check my bonus actions here. Didn't think so. Oh Lord, that's a lot. No bonus action, and since I'm prone, I will stay where I am. End turn.
All right. End of your turn. Tempo, it'll go to Dream.
Dream spent last turn shielded by Crescent's wings and was searching for the summoner. Had a surprise for them when she found them. Has my searching come to any conclusion?
Did I give you an answer last week for that, or no?
You kinda did, and then we kind of broke. So it sounded like the summoner was making themselves known, but based on what happened, I don't believe that's the summoner.
I'm pretty sure you, let me see, I think you rolled pretty high. You would know, definitely, this is not the summoner. I don't see it in the log, so you probably rolled a physical die, but I don't see it. You definitely would know that this is not the summoner. This is probably another apparition that is created. But there were some things that were said that might have given you some hints and or clues as to who you might be dealing with. As well as you may be familiar with the figure itself.
Could you describe the figure itself?
Figure is an elf-looking man, or was, with very spectral, demonic eyes. Very tall, but not much larger than the average-sized humanoid. And actually seemed quite handsome. Well put together, very well dressed, wearing fine jewels along with their armor. Fine regalia, someone clearly of a noble standing, but also clearly touched by something foul.
Looks like I got an insight 23.
The disembodied voice mentioned her betrothed, the Lord of Debauchery, the Prince of... hold on one second while I grab...
Can't be the Prince of Darkness.
The Lord of Forbidden, the Dark Prince, the Dark Man, the Shadow King, the Prince of Pleasure, the Lord
the Prince
of Forbidden
Darkness
Pleasures.
But the Prince of Darkness is Ozzy Osbourne.
Well, it's a good thing he is not the Prince of Darkness, and he is the Dark Prince instead.
Same thing.
Not really.
None of that sounds familiar to Ben.
And we're gonna say it's probably not familiar to Dream either.
Okay.
But you are sure that this is some sort of demonic apparition. You can take this information and hopefully someone might be able to help you. Well, that is if you could make it out alive.
Okay. We're in a dream. In someone's head. Probably Mephistopheles. And there's someone else here who has set a trap in which we are currently.
In order to manipulate spells inside the dream, they would have to be in the dream too, correct?
Yes. Well, kind of. As much in the dream as we're in the dream. Our bodies aren't technically here.
I will say that Dream has once manipulated a dream without actually being in the dream, so...
Depending on how powerful
Dream
they are.
often does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was done through Dream, which pretty much anyone in the 8th layer would have access to.
Okay.
Um,
How could we manipulate the dream world now in our favor? We've tried doing doors.
I am trying to read this spell description and figure out whether I need to see the target. But everything.
If we're in Alex's dream, couldn't we take control of it by casting Dream on Alex?
Yes, you have to see it.
No, you don't have to see your target for Dream. You just have to be familiar with them. That was Normal's favorite spell.
We're currently using Dream.
Dream also takes 10 turns to cast.
Yep. Oh. I remember what I was going to do. No, I take that back. That takes 10 minutes to cast. Are there any statues in this temple?
None that are... Well, yes, there are. There are a couple. A lot of them are destroyed, but they... Before the dream switched over into this nightmare version, they were angels. And now they're gargoyle-like imp. There's about... Let me count. There's about 1, 2... There's 2 of them still standing. The others have been destroyed.
Okay. I am going to cast I'm going to cast Major Image on one of these imp statues. And shape its form into Mephistopheles.
Interesting.
I would use seeming, but only targets creatures.
Grab a Oompa Loompa.
Oh, I can Oompa Loompa it.
I think we stopped placing them on the map, but everyone has 5 Oompa Loompas, I think, by them right now.
Yeah, I'm going to try and pull Mephistopheles into this fight. And illusions that I make become real, because this is a dream.
Haha.
Oh, hey. You're doing seeming?
Yeah, let's seeming's yeah, let's do seeming and I can change the appearance of any number of creatures within range. So I'm going to change all of the Oompa Loompas into Mephistopheles.
Interesting. Okay.
And then they can all merge and form into one Mephistopheles. One giant Mephistopheles.
Okay. Interesting. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay. You watch as the Oompa Loompas, one by one, start to march in line. Orange-colored, off-brand Mephistophelexes, Mephistopheles minis begin to form in line together. And in a moment, they all become one large version of Mephistopheles. But what you find is that the true Alex, the one you meant to call, is not here. However, the Oompa Loompas have a severe power upgrade, as they are now bigger. Bam. Now you've got a giant Mephistopheles. And his character sheet should be in the campaign if you guys do want to use it on any of your turns. Dream, you will know, however, the consciousness, the sentience, the mind of Mephistopheles is not here. You have simply manifested his body. Wherever he is, he's either unable to respond or he chose not to come here. Chose to.
Whoever's dream we're in isn't Alex's.
Right. Alex is not currently dreaming. Or at least that's what you would think with the results.
Okay. That is an action. Bonus action, I am going to defense again. Pull my moon wings around me and stay vigilant for the summoner to pop out.
End of your turn?
Yep.
As the voice continues to whisper from the ether. Look at your own reflection. Lie not to yourself any longer. See the truth before you. As the crystal-like mirrors that appeared in the room not very long ago begin to float, flitting about you. You all have disadvantage on any perception-based skills, any attack that requires sight or line of sight. And that was my layer action. And is that the end for... That was the end for Dream, so then that's gonna go to Chimera. Willy Wonka. You just watched your entire workforce get sucked up into a labor union. Now they're a bigger conglomerate than you can deal with. What will you do now?
This is truly a nightmare. Willy Wonka is strongly opposed to unionization.
As he should be. He did go to a whole country and steal people from their homelands, force them into indentured servitude.
In exchange for chocolate.
In exchange for not a livable wage, but chocolate. That movie's so fucked up.
Willy Wonka saved them from the vicious canids and the wharf danglers and the woozles and the other dangers.
That movie's fucked up.
The white man saved the Oompa Loompas.
That movie's so messed up.
That might be the most messed up thing that's ever been said on the stream.
On the stream, yes, okay. Yep. On the stream is probably correct. Well, I don't know.
Alright, so on this character sheet, I got something called Punishment Roulette. But I don't like that name, so I'm going to reflavor this. Instead, I'm going to call it Taste the Rainbow. I am going to... Oh, sorry, was it something?
No, please continue. Ignore me and my sound effects.
Alright, we're going to taste the rainbow. Willy Wonka is going to reach into his pocket, and he's going to withdraw a handful of candies, and he's going to throw them at the emerging shadow monster. Just the general area. He doesn't even need to get close. And then, let's see, and then the the candies are going to transform into a flock of magically conjured geese who will pester, peck, and torture the creature until the end of their next turn. The target has disadvantages on all attack rolls, saving throws, and perception checks until the spell ends. So as soon as that thing manifests, it's going to enjoy a flock of angry geese. That's obnoxious under punishment roulette if you're looking at the character sheet.
I'm a fan.
All right.
That might be the most evil thing done. Geese are awful.
Geese are assholes. All right, so now that he's tasting the rainbow, with my action, so I'm looking for like any random loose thing just on the ground. It can be a pen, it can be a piece of paper, anything like that. Can I see anything that sort of meets that description?
You find a discarded amulet of some sort, like a brooch, some piece of jewelry left amongst the rubble.
And then will you let me bonus action just pocket it?
Okay. Yeah.
And that's it.
You can pick it up for free. You don't need a bonus action.
Okay, well I had nothing to do with my bonus action anyway, so I'm going to bonus action pocket. And that's going to be charged.
Do a dance as your bonus action.
I think he does have a dance, but I don't think that's a bonus action. But sure. I will dance 5 feet to the left, 5 feet to the right, 5 feet back, 5 feet forward, and I'm going to end up in the same spot.
Up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B. You've unlocked your ultimate ability? You unlock your ultimate ability?
You couldn't handle this character with your ultimate ability.
No, I couldn't.
Alright, that's turn.
The mirrors continue to flit around you all. I choose one of you. So this one's 2. I choose one of you. Slayer's down, so a D3 is what I'll roll. And the dice are... Where are you, dice? In Foundry? That's fine, I'll just use my dice bag. Oh, damn, I don't have D3s.
You roll a d6, and a d3 is 1, 2 is 1, 2, 3 is... 3, 4 is 2, 5, 6 is 3.
You're so smart. This is why we keep you.
You could also do a
Thought it was for my boyish good looks.
And just do a d4 -1. And just,
I mean, that too.
Continuously
Also
reroll.
that.
But with the d6, you don't have to reroll if you do a scenario like that.
Who wants to be 1-2?
All volunteer as tribute.
Okay, who wants to be 3-4?
I'll be 3-4.
Joe, Tempo, is going to roll a D100.
Ooh.
And you're reminded of how, until you arose here, as soon as you made your way to the dream, that every surface, even now, has always been reflective, like a mirror. Every single flat surface you encountered has shown back your reflection and shown back warped and distorted versions of them at times as well. And now, as this almost personal mirror continues to float around you, And the disembodied voice's words continue to reverberate throughout the tomb. Once again, the shapes and reflections change in the mirror before you. But now, so too does the mirror. What did you roll?
89.
As ooh, you got a good one. As the image finally becomes clear, and you see yourself and the battlefield around you, your jaw in the reflection drops in a ear-piercing screech, shatters the mirror. The shards begin to float, and all 20 of them begin to attack you.
Oh, that good. All right.
All right. And your AC is
20.
oh, I can't see them now. Uh, 16 will miss. 22 will hit.
I will shield that one.
A crit will hit. A 16 will miss. A 19 plus 6 will hit. A 12 will miss. A 19 plus 6 will hit again.
Jesus.
16 will miss. 8 will miss. 11 will miss. 20 will miss because of shield. 25 or 15 will miss. 19 plus 6 will hit. 12 will miss. 15 will miss. 21, I think, will miss, right?
21 hits.
I thought you said your AC was 20 and you
20.
need shield.
Oh, well, yeah.
So your AC is 25 now.
Oh, yeah, it does last till the end. I thought it was just for one.
Nope. Nope, shield's great.
Okay.
It's the whole turn.
Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, 21 misses.
Shit, I lost count. That was my... What number roll was that? We're gonna call it there.
there is a lot of them. I wasn't counting.
But there were 6 hits. One of them was a crit. And they're all just a d6. For 29 piercing damage as they continue to float around you.
Alright. 29.
And they will continue to attack you until they die or you die.
Okie dokie then.
And I believe that it goes to your turn now?
I think so. I think I'm top of the round.
No, top of the round. We're at the top of the round? Right, because that was Chimera. That's my fault. So it'll go from Chimera, because the legendary messed me up, because I had to choose somebody. The shadow finally fully apparates to have to deal with the swarm of geese. And you said it's disadvantage on...
Talking to me or Chris?
Willy Wonka. What do the geese do to me? They give me disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. The geese will give you disadvantage on all attack rolls, saving throws, and perception checks until the end of, or I guess the start of my next turn.
Okay. Was
And the
Slayer
hand is-
unconscious? The hand is interposing between Slayer, yes.
Yeah.
With Slayer on the ground unconscious, the creature that begins to take form from the shadow doesn't even seem to be fazed by the interposing hand. It begins to swat away the geese and walk away from them while they waddle and bounce from the air to the ground, because they're not that... I don't think geese are geese not that good at flying, or is it ducks that are not that good at flying?
Oh, geese can fly. They're assholes. They're going to honk and just keep biting his ankles. Assuming that there are ankles to bite.
And he's got to ignore them as best as he can as he's going to make his way towards you, Willy Wonka. We'll actually end up back here because we don't have just enough movement, but it'll be a 26 to hit.
Yep, that hits. That hits.
As the shadow approaches, a swing of the sword lets forth a wave of dark energy that reaches towards you. First one for 19 damage, force, and 14 damage acid. So 19 force and 14 acid. And the backswing is a 25 to hit.
Yep.
For 17 force and 11 acid.
And that's with the disadvantage?
Oh, no, it is not.
So we'll just say the first one automatically goes through, because you rolled twice.
It was a 28. A 28 and a 21.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was thinking that since you rolled twice, we'll say the first hit, even though it was with disadvantage, goes through. Then you want to roll the second one?
Yeah, I just did. So the first two were...
Okay, then they all went through?
Say again?
So then they all went through. That's 61 damage per.
Right. And that was action. As the shadowy figure begins to grow slightly larger, more satyr-like demonic legs begin to protrude. Slayer, I need you to make a death saving throw.
Alright. Ooh, it's a pass.
Kempo. You watch from behind a haze of shattered glass, mirror-like razors that zip around you as the shadowy figure descends upon Willy Wonka. And I'm gonna use a legendary action right before your turn. And after the backstroke is finished, the shadow still points its sword directly at you. And I need you to make Constitution saving throw, Willy Wonka.
Alright, let's see if I have bonuses to that. +3. 21.
Okay. You pass. You're reduced to half your hit points as a destructive wave of that same energy shoots through you.
Half of my remaining hit points or half of my hit point total?
Half of your remaining hit points.
Gotcha. Okay.
But this effect does not heal you.
Right. Okay. I just want to know order of operations. I'm good.
Sorry, I'm thinking because the shards of glass kind of messed with my plans a little. From what I've seen and heard, this shadow thing, does it seem to be an actual person or is it like a summon?
It seems like a summon, almost like what Dream just did when they summoned Mephistopheles. And you would probably piece together with the amount of intelligence your character has that the voice, this disembodied voice that continues to speak and proselytize, is probably the one conjuring the machinations of this dream.
Okay. I don't know if this is going to work because from what Dream says, they can make things real. So I don't know if this other person can too, but we are going to try. Ninth level Dispel Magic on the shadow creature.
The creature's eyes light up in fear as it turns towards you. What does the spell casting look like for you?
Still kneeling down on the ground. Tempo's kind of showing a little bit of emotion as he's a little tiny bit frantic. He reaches into his bag and pulls out his balance and sets it on the ground. sort of pointing it in the shadow creature's direction, and he sees it tip to one side. And just like he did before with Slayer, he takes his finger and corrects the weight.
And you see immediately the shadow creature begin to spring into action. And it attempts to interrupt your spell. Raising its blade, you see a beam of dark energy shoot towards you, and it makes a charisma check. And the DC is 10 plus the level of your spell, which is 9. So it rolled a 16 and fails. As the beam breaches the aura that surrounds you and touches the scale, it's almost as if balance undoes the entirety of the spell upon contact. And slowly the shadow dissipates into shards of glass. Vanished.
Are the flying shards still around me as well?
They are. Or wait, isn't Dispel Magic all things in the area?
I have to choose one creature, object, or magical effect.
Okay, so you chose your one.
Yeah. Now it's the shadow creature. And he puts the balance away, and bonus action, I will move the hands over to me. Let me double check. Come on, mouse. You can do this. You're not doing this. Oh my god. 60 feet, just enough. So the hand will move over and attempt to break the shards of glass. Does it count as, I'm guessing it counts as like a swarm?
Unfortunately, it doesn't. They each have their own individual AC and hit points. It's as per the animate object spell. Yeah, they're tiny. They're tiny animated objects. They hit for a D6.
Okay.
They do have 1 hit point and like 12 AC though, so.
Yeah. Bigby's hand's gonna grasping hand on one of the things to grapple and do damage.
Is it an attack roll or do I make a skill check?
It is a. Hold on, where is it? It's a grapple check.
Will automatically fail and get crushed. And I'll say, what size is Bigby's hand?
It is large.
Oh, nice. I'll say it can grab 5 of them.
Okay, cool.
So now you're down to 15.
Alright, and that's my turn. Wait, can I stand up now?
You can.
Okay, I'll do that then. Stand up and brush myself off. In turn.
Alright, legendary action. Oompa Loompa Flute. I'm going to summon 5 Oompa Loompas to my aid and tell them to. How do I put this? To fight these shards so that my life is not inconvenienced. Or just impale themselves on it.
Are they gonna go and attack the shards themselves, or are they doing something specifically different?
I'm imagining them like running up and like impaling themselves each on one shard. Just take 5 shards down.
Okay, I like the flavor, but we're gonna use an attack roll for each of them to take them down. And then
Okay.
their
My plan is not for them
AC.
to fight. My plan is to use their bodies to absorb the shards.
Well, unfortunately, they won't just be absorbed by the shards, because
Okay.
as you can see, the shards are attacking. So if you sacrifice the Oompa to the shards, it's okay, but it won't
That's
do anything
exactly my
for you.
plan. Okay. Well, and 5 Oompa Loompas just die for no reason.
Sad.
I'll come up with a plan, with a better plan next round.
And that's gonna go to Dream.
Well, we have established that we are in a dream.
Multiple times.
We are
yes.
not. We are not in Alex's dream.
Yep, that is correct. As far as
We
you know.
we are in a trap inside this dream,
Allegedly.
set by a summoner sent by the Dark Prince.
Suspicions yet to be confirmed.
And Dream, working out all of this over the last few turns, finally kind of has a grasp on what's going on. And doesn't like it very much. This is her realm. And this summoner is playing with us like pieces on a chessboard. And Dream doesn't want to be on this board anymore. And so they are going to imagine this world in a little box on like a chessboard and project an image of themselves outside of that, looking down on this and facing their true opponent.
What you see on the other side is a very pale-skinned creature. In the throes of some strange abyssal plane. Seated on the other side, he seemed shocked.
Oh, it's Hex?
Hex? Like Charmcaster's brother?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Who is it?
You don't know this person. This is your first time meeting them.
Oh, I thought I was shocked because I recognized him.
No, they were shocked because you showed up here.
Oh, yes. So we finally meet.
What is this? What are you?
This is my realm.
Are we still in initiative?
Yes, but you are also not a part of this conversation. The big kids are talking now.
This is my realm.
Like Ben described, Dream has stepped away from the dream and is looking down at this set like a set table, like a set piece, like a dollhouse, and is sitting face to face with the creator, who doesn't seem quite happy.
You desecrate this place with your parlor tricks. I am tired of playing along, and I've come here to show you what nightmares are truly made of. And then once I've got action economy, I will mental prison him.
You have your action.
Mental prison. And I will bind him in nightmares. If he can make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Okay. DC?
His Crescent's pretty powerful now.
Oh my god.
Spell DC is 24.
I rolled a 4, so even though I went into that confident, well, let's just
monologue.
say again?
Never monologue.
Never monologue. Yeah. I went into that very confident. Dream, as your eyes glower with radiant moonlight and suddenly cease, emulating the darkness of the other side of the moon, your opponent, whom you learn much of, falls deep into the dark abyss of your eyes to see horrors that even they could not have fathomed before. This shapeshifter, grand sorcerer to the Dark Prince, an archdemon, a demon lord, we should say. Her betrothed. As his mind slips away from sanity, the dream is now fully in your control. And you look down at the set piece, frozen in time. Your brother on death's door. Your allies in different states of where.
I'm going to pick up Slayer and kind of wipe away the blood. Then put him back down normally. clear out the broken glass and try and reset this place to whoever's mind we actually came into.
Okay. Hold on one
Well, that's
second.
happening. I'm going to begin like turning over the room.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
Now, as you find that there's a disconnect. The mind that this dream was linked to was that of your adversaries. And now they're otherwise preoccupied. So it, by default, becomes your domain. A blank slate at first, until you begin to shape it into something else that you wish, but all is well and everyone, for the most part, is safe.
Oh, we're in the Grand Sorcerer's mind.
Yes.
Oh, even better. I am going to start a Mirage Arcane. I will shape this world.
And you speak like you are better than me, daughter. In the blackness of the backstage, a voice speaks out to you.
I never said better. I've sunk to unspeakable levels. But all I know is that you will not do this to anyone else.
Do what, dream? What is it that I have done that is so terrible? Do you truly understand what our purpose is? What we
Has
were
my
made
life
for?
has my life really meant that little to you?
Little! You are not seeing the bigger picture. You're still so selfish. You're still a child. After all this time, after living these many lives, you still don't understand that you and I, your brother, your sister, your little friends, that petty weakling of a dragon that you called a partner, our lives mean nothing in the grand scheme. There is a greater purpose. There is a greater path to follow. And every day that you stray away from it, attempting to save these little material things, to have things be as they were. Wake up, dream. You cannot live here forever.
That is so wrong on so many levels. And I will not let you sacrifice anyone else for your dream of power. And I've accepted that I will die, but I will die in the arms of the ones I love, protecting their right to live. And I won't let you take that from anyone else.
My poor child. Please. When she approaches you, she attempts to take your face in her hands. I don't know where you get these notions, these ideas, that I am death and brimstone and the end, and that there is some power I attempt to wield for myself. You have never chosen to listen to me throughout your entire life. But I beg of you, just this once, heed my call and understand I am working towards the best for all of us. And that you'll be able to forgive me for what I must do. Make a Constitution saving throw. As this recorded message, this cipher, this trap left by your mother, encoded in the dream, cracks. And before you realize it, it's too late. The curse has already been passed.
And I don't think Hearten works for con saves. It does not.
It's almost like I picked it for a reason.
Is it a spell?
It is not.
Is it a charm?
It is not. Well,
Excuse me.
I'll say it's a spell. I'll say it's a spell.
Okay. With advantage, then. Oh, my dice. My dice.
You might still make it. What is it?
It's a 23.
That is not going to make
Inspiration?
it.
However,
However,
I am a fighter. I am going to use
Indomitable.
that thing, Indomitable. Since I failed a saving throw, I get to reroll it. And that's a 37.
okay. You passed, so you're reduced to half hit points.
That's a lot of damage.
And you feel Crescent from within you almost scream in agony. You feel the magic almost try to pull you two apart, as if it were made to completely separate and sever you two from each other. With this, you're sent reeling back into the dreaming and crash through it, unable to stop yourself. I need you to make a wisdom check to stabilize the dream. It's yours now, since the Grand Sorcerer is no longer mentally with us. And you just took a crap ton of damage from a mind-rending ability.
Wisdom wisdom check.
Check, please.
Oh. Dream gets a dirty 20, and Crescent Gets an 18.
Okay. As you crash land into the dream beside your comrades, you fall into a blank slate, a white room. Suddenly, Slayer, you're standing upright. Chimera, you've lost your form as Willy Wonka, and your scales glisten before your eyes. Your overworked indentured servants are missing, and there's a hole in your tiny little heart where they would have been. Tempo, you find yourself swatting at nothing as suddenly the razor sharp, fly like invasive creatures that were just assailing you moments ago are suddenly gone. And the three of you stand in a blank, white, empty vastness, looking down at Dream, who convulses on the ground. On her cheeks, black veins, coarse with some sort of energy. She writhes in pain.
Tempo immediately moves forward and kneels down, and is going to try greater restoration.
Where's the shadow? Dream. Tempo. Help.
I am attempting to do so. Please calm down. He's working his magic.
Fuck, where are we? And we're just surrounded by a white limbo.
Pure white emptiness.
Does a greater restoration do anything to Dream?
For a moment, it seems to soothe her pain, but the black Icarus curse seems to continue coursing through her. She can stutter out words between shivers and convulsions.
She's grasping the amulets at her chest. It's done.
This may be beyond my expertise, unfortunately. Chimera, you are a cleric. Are you able to do anything?
I have a couple ideas. The first, let's try for healing word. It's going to be a special one. I'm going to cast healing word at 9th level.
Wake up.
Wake up? They
I
say
don't
wake
think
up.
your conventional magic is going to work here. We need to leave. Now.
Very well.
Dream
How do we
screams at
wake
the
up from
top of
this?
their lungs. Wake up!
Which shocks everyone back to reality, crashing down to the material plane. Where did everyone go to sleep?
I think we were in revelry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, revelry.
Doing drugs.
Doing drugs.
Everyone wakes with a shock. Everyone besides Dream.
Thought we'd never get out of there. Tempo, quickly. Check on Dream.
Tempo robotically sits up and then immediately moves over to Dream to check. their condition.
She's stable. But you can see those same black veins that course through her body, present here.
All right, let me try healing them. Actually, if I'm going to do a 9th level, may as well get out the good guns because I think Slayer's also hurt.
I don't know how much HP would I be at, DM?
You would be at. She healed you to full. She, yeah.
I fixed you up real nice, brother.
Shh, you're nice.
The black veins and ichor seem to be pulsing from a brand just above her heart with her mark.
I think I'm actually just going to pick Dream up here and begin.
All right, I still want to try. I still want to try that thing. I'm going to do a. I'm going to stick to the original plan. 9th level healing word with the added benefit of being a Arcana cleric, meaning that I can remove one 9th level spell or effect that's also impacting the target.
Okay.
I also have an idea if that does not work.
This curse is much stronger than the magics you're used to using, Chimera. And with the assurance of Sardior's blessing, you almost take for granted the measures of which you should take to undo what has been done here. Though the wounds suffered psychically have been healed, so whatever healing is applied, the curse seems to still remain. It's apparent that its magic goes far beyond the 9th level.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. Hold for just a moment, Slayer. I may be able to. And Tempo reaches out, holding his hand over Dream's chest, where the pulsing seems to come from, and if I mishear me, if we are to lose this soul, then all of dreaming will be off balance. Please aid me in restoring it, as he casts Wish. If he cannot get rid of the spell, he would like to transfer it to himself.
Ooh.
Who is right? Who is right indeed? Make a Constitution saving throw.
Decentish at that. Let's see. Not decent. I'm going to inspiration that actually.
There you go.
Oh, off the desk. Oh, what is that? Ha! That's even worse. Natural 1.
Tempo, please. You're wasting your time. This magic is beyond us.
And you're silenced by an explosion of energy. The black ichor siphons from Dream in a whirlwind and shoots into Tempo's body. Tempo, you are reduced to 0 hit points. Everyone else is knocked to their feet and blown back several feet. The nature of this curse is to separate twin souls or any entities that share a body. Tempo, you are two entities in one body.
That's true.
I have to think about how this affects you specifically, and we also have to talk about how this affects you specifically. I did not think you would use a wish spell to do that. So we
Does
need to
Dream
Does
still
my
appear to have the curse?
dream is the wish was successful.
Okay.
This because the spell
The
was not attempting to be cleansed, it was instead transferred. It could be manipulated by a spell of that level. But now that
the
means that Tempo is under the effects of that spell.
Yes.
and the dreaming is restored. Job well
the
done.
the mark remains with just slight hints of black ichor.
Ooh, I like it. What does this mark look like that lingers on your person?
It's her mark.
You have one too.
What does it look like?
I don't know. Does Igwilliv have a symbol? Sure it does. Sure she does.
It's like it looks a little like flames. Yeah, she does have a symbol.
Like a black flame tattoo
Something like that.
on her face.
I can find I'll drop a pic in chat.
No, I'll go on shitty tattoos on Reddit and we'll find something.
Honestly, yeah, you could.
Kidding, but okay, awesome, cool. Just wanted to know for thematic reasons. Well, Dream's back up. I will rush over to Dream. Sister, are you okay?
I'd imagine I was still unconscious. It's quite a shock to the system.
I'll look to Chimera and kind of reach a hand out to pull him up off the ground. It appears that the curse has been transferred. See to Dream. I'm taking Tempo to get help. And I'll pick Tempo up off the ground and I'll leave Revelry.
I'm gonna DM something to you, San, as a potential inspiration of how this curse affects him.
I was just about to DM you too. I wanted to take a
Okay.
quick break here, actually, so that we can have a quick conversation.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We've got about like 45-ish minutes left. If we're gonna do like a 3-hour session, let me look. Where are we at this on the stream? Yeah, we're about to hit the 2-hour mark. So like hour 45, and then we do closing time for like 15, 20-ish minutes. And kind of bullshit. And then we close out the stream. So we'll take a quick break here to settle some things, figure out what's next for a couple of us here.
So
Yes.
Tasha has a brand on her cheek, and it's that brand. Posted some pictures in chat.
Nice.
All right. We'll be back, y'all. Don't miss us too much. Cirque Magnifique. Home to the greatest show of a lifetime. Many of them, in fact, can hear a bringer from the front gates calling out, "Don't miss out! Once and future king, once in a lifetime show, once tonight only." And then tomorrow and the day after that as well. But you miss out once and future king. Greatest show of a lifetime. As the rest of the patrons flit up and down the street, the lanterns lighting their way. Running through the crowd, Slayer. Tempo's limp form, heavy metal, and limp body parts weigh you down as you rush to find help. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Gede family.
Fastest way to get to them, you're pretty sure, is to the big top. The staff changing room in the back. Seen people go there to talk to the Gede plenty of times. And when you rush into the big top, you find that there's no one else here except for a couple bringers. As you barge into Gloombringer's second personal changing room, the one where most people seem to meet before all of the big performances, you actually find him there. Baron. You're not sure which one. Low, hunched over a drum.
Mr. Gede, sir, we need your help.
Me? You need my help? What do you need my help for?
Yes, my friend here, I don't know.
Criminal kinda waddles over and pokes at him. Oh, he's dead. Not much helping that. You're a little too late. What took you so long?
We were stuck in the dreaming. Please. Tempo gave his life for dream. You must help.
Oh, I must. Don't know what you want me to do. He's already dead. Long time. Twice this time. Oh, for a long time. Smells bad.
The Gede are supposed to be this powerful force, and here I am, helpless.
What you want me do? I tell you already, he's gone. It's a long time now. I can... I can do something. But I hope you like them.
Anything you can do to help. Please.
Anything. Really? Hmm? You know, it's not free. The price of magic.
So you can help.
Maybe can, but I'm telling you, this which you ask, it's not easy. It's will cost me a lot to do. You know?
If you need coin, that can be arranged.
Oh. And for a moment, I did not think you spoke my language. Consider it done, but do not complain to me if it comes back a little different. You know? You have a certain je ne sais quoi. Yes.
Just bring Tempo back. The circus needs him.
All right. Okay. Here we go. And he takes Tempo by the scruff from your arms. You're gently carrying them. He takes him by the scruff, pulls him out of your arms, and lets his body kind of flop to the ground. Immediately, he plops down beside him. And almost from thin air, produces a drum, a large one, from within his robes. And then another, and another, until there are 3 seated in front of him. You know, I just might need your help.
Whatever the task, consider it done.
Okay. Once. The rhythm of the drums is infectious. The world fades away as the music that Criminal begins to make in the tent overtakes you. You drop to the ground and you feel your body pulse. Your heart beat. You feel the vitality in your blood boiling. And you can feel it fueling the strange magics that Criminal begins to weave. More and more drums begin to fill the air. Cacophony. As it continues to build, your heart and chest begin to palpitate. Your arms fling themselves, reaching towards the sound waves, bouncing off of the drums. You can see the dark energy, deep red, coursing from the sound waves from your chest into Tempo's body. And suddenly, they all stop. And sweat dripping down your body, you fall to the ground. Right in front of Tempo, whose lifeless body still lays there. Alright! It was good! It was good. You can maybe learn some rhythm, you know? You gotta just flail your body around. It's a mess. It's very concerning. But it's all done now. He will, well, eat or whatever. We'll be back soon. Give it one night. You might see him sooner, but you might also not remember what it is that you. But it's more complicated for later, not for now. For now, you go watch a bringer and take some lessons on dancing. Is that was painful. He starts to pack up his
Music and
drums.
dance are far gone from my body.
I can
All I
see
know
that.
is pain.
Oh, yes, pain. Oh, that's what I see. Uh-huh. Very painful watching that. You know?
Is it done?
Yes. One night. He needs time to wake. If you see him and he's floating and moving through the walls, don't be alarmed. He's just taking some time to make his way back. He's listening to the drums. He'll be back soon. Just hold on, okay? Okay. Right, I'm going to go wash my eyes out.
Thank you.
You are not welcome. I will not do this for you again. Oh, you owe me a lot now for this. Give me more.
Sure.
Holds out
The
his
first
hand for
thing,
more gold.
and I'll kind of like pat my very minimal pack and just be like, first thing in the morning, I need to see to dream and ensure my sister is okay.
He squints. He takes out a tiny little hand drum with a rattle on it. And he shakes it against his palm. Tomorrow. As he backs out of the room slowly.
Is Tempo's body still there?
Yep. Tempo's body's definitely there.
I'll pick his body up and I'll return back to Revelry and looking for Dream.
I believe Chimera and Dream were left here.
Some time would have passed.
Yeah, Chimera is going to go find. Is it? I forget. Zeke or Z? I feel like they should be aware of the situation.
So in that time, you went to go find Z. Where was Z?
Z is enjoying Gigantus show again.
Yeah.
He's a simple man.
as you find and approach them, Chimera, Z stands up and lets out a cheer along with the rest of the small crowd. As yet another great show of strength by Giganto wows the crowd. As she lifts up an entire carriage with just her one hand.
And Z's like on his feet and like nudging the guy behind, next to him, perfect stranger. He's like, "Yeah, you see that? No magic. It's just no tricks. It's amazing."
After allowing Z this sort of last moment, before reality sets in, Chimera approaches and lightly puts his hand on Z's shoulder. Something has happened to Tempo. You should come with us.
Whatever that boy's gotten into, I'm not paying.
I don't think that's necessary, but you should come. He seems gravely injured.
Injured? No, I'm sure I built that body nice and sturdy.
And at this point, Chimera just picks up Z and carries him like a fireman, like
What
fireman style.
What are you doing? I was watching the show.
You watched that show 3 times. Next, she's going to pick up the horse that was pulling the cart.
Yeah, but that's the best part.
You can see it again. She performs it at 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., and 10 p.m.
And I watch every one of them. But now I'm going to miss one.
I know you got season tickets. It's okay. And I know that Slayer went in the direction of the Big Top, and that's where I'm going to fireman carry my little charge.
I'm not fighting, I'm just complaining.
Didn't matter either way.
I am not a big gnome.
You run first into Baron Criminal, who's some ways down the road, and then as you get to the Big Top, Slayer is next to come bursting out between the tent flaps, almost walking directly into you.
Slayer, is he okay?
Z. Oh, Chimera.
What? I thought we were going to see Tempo. Why is Slayer here?
And in my arms, you would see a limp Tempo.
Oh, sorry. And I'm going to turn around because I've thrown the small little gnome over my shoulder. So he's looking back over now.
Tempo! Put me down! Put me down!
I'll put him down.
Oh no, Tempo! Kind of slaps his cheeks, raises the mechanical eyelid, looks into it. What happened?
I'm not sure. A powerful curse from the dreaming. I brought him to the gate. He said he should be fine.
Put him down. Put him down. And Tempo or Z like adjusts his glasses, like dials the outsides, and it clicks, and then all these like apparatuses pop out, and they're all sorts of different lenses to focus and see minuscule things and filter things. And he plays with all the lenses and looks tempo up and down all over, doing like a physician's check kind of thing. He looks fine. It's not a scratch on him. Taps him. Oh. He's not there anymore. And Digete? Looks up at Slayer.
He said, give it 24 hours.
Z puts 2 and 2 together. Oh my. Well, there's all my work out the door. I guess I've got to recalibrate this thing. Oh, this will be a great challenge. Come, to the train. Oh, and what are you doing here, Slayer? Never imagined you in a place like this.
Well, we've got quite a bit of catching up to do.
I suppose that's right. But that can wait. Let's to matters at hand. To the train.
And I'll follow to the train, yeah.
I'll carry Wee Temple.
He's rolling up his sleeves as he walks, fiddling with his tools that seem to pop out of nowhere, and getting ready. He's got some recalibrating to do.
And you go to the ship's tinkering room, or where are you going in the ship? There are many, or I shouldn't say ship, excuse me, the train. There are many cabooses on the train. Of course, there's the main cable car, which has plenty of space for visitors, passengers that stay on the train and ride with the circus for a fee and lodging, to enjoy their travels with the circus, travel to all these great new places. There's, of course, their lodging areas. There's the food hall, and all these same train cars become their own tents when the train pitches up. But of course, there are the private rooms that each and every member of the Cirque's cast has for themselves, and that is an entire cart that they can call their own, which, much like the other cabooses, or excuse me, the other train cars, turn into the various tents and displays that make up the circus grounds once they pitch up in a different city. Where did you take this endeavor?
Z starts walking to the engineering bay, because all trains need some sort of maintenance. But he stops as he walks there and turns in the opposite direction and goes to the helm, the engine, the I'm not thinking of the right word.
The orrery.
The orrery, yes. Okay. Place him there, right there, on the floor, in front of the helm, And we're going to need this connection and this connection and this connection. Oh, no, not that one. And he starts pulling open panels and disconnecting wires, and things spark and whir and occasionally break, and he hits it and it starts whirring again, and starts hooking tempo up very, very similar to he did the first night. And well, if tempo's not here, we're gonna have to make sure that whatever world we're in that makes this place exist, the circus, since we're kind of in between places, to make sure that the body is in a place that can go in between places. And since he already has this link to the Ori, I think this will definitely help. At least put the body on the map. Make it easier to find. And then, how's he gonna get back in? Because we put him in before, but that was different because he was alive, and now he's dead. So, as he noodles, he takes off the cap to the head, showing all sorts of mechanical gears, and starts tinkering inside. No, not the head, the heart. And goes to work in the chest cavity.
Just let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Well, you got the body out in one piece wherever you were, and that's certainly the best thing you could have done. I'm glad you two are working together again. I know that must have been kind of a leap.
Just a bit of fate is all, Z.
I didn't believe in fate coming into this, but here we are.
Well, would you believe I have a sister?
He thinks for a little bit. I suppose when I found you, didn't have anything before that. I guess everything is possible. And so you traveled all this way to end up here with your brother and teacher and sister.
Well, I didn't think I'd be staying long, but looks like that's not the case.
Oh, no, don't put your hand there.
Oh, sorry. I was always bad at this.
No, you were probably better than me at all of this. The mechanics part, at least. Never did quite catch on to the magic part. Tempo here kind of went the other way. He always had a knack for the arcane. Couldn't tighten a bolt with a spanner if you asked him, though.
Yes, his abilities were quite interesting. I'm afraid to say there's a synergy between the two of us. But I work alone. You know this.
Yes, you were always headstrong. Are you on a job here? I'm not the target, am I?
We wouldn't be talking if you were.
Well, I suppose wouldn't be the worst way to go out. Well, there's much I still need to do here. And you said the Gede said tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, I'm never gonna get it done in time. Oh well. Just leave me here. I'll take care of Tempo.
Very well. Well, what do you say we get a drink, Chimera?
I think I'm going to post up here for a bit, dealing with the boundaries of life and death. This feels like where I belong.
Suppose you're right. And I guess I'll just kind of look around for it's a place to kind of just pull up where I can rest my back and sit upright. And I would remove just some light rations, probably just like some dry tack or something, and give myself a little bit of wine from my portable pouch, and then I would light myself up a cigar as I would wait and probably doze off a bit, elven style.
As Chimera, you watch over, seeing Z work away and attempts to bring Tempo back to this material plane. Slowly, we fade to black. For the final time this evening. Guys, as we begin to say goodnight, I want to say that was really dope. Didn't expect it to go in any of the directions it did, except after Igwilliv's little brain trap for Dream went off. That wish out of nowhere, which this is why people don't like Wish.
Never make plans.
Not even, yo. Uncreative DMs hate Wish. You yes and that, and even took a fade to black to give yourself time to make a proper decision. And I thought you handled that very well.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're gonna do our normal closing time things. And we're obviously gonna start with nominations, and I'm gonna give my honorable mention to Tempo, because that wish really blew this session into a totally. It was gonna go to Dream for how they flipped the dream, but the wish topped it at the end. Oh no, so I did that backwards. Well, yeah. Well, because my honorable mention is, but I have a second honorable mention in this Dream. Well, my first honorable mention is Joe, because Joe, that wish fucked me up in a good way.
You're welcome.
So please start us off. Who's your nomination for this week?
I am going to nominate Dream because for figuring out a way to kind of flip the script on the trap and stop being a playing piece. I thought that was a really nice touch. So I'm just going to step out and look at the chessboard, and here we are. So I thought that was cool.
Me too. Muted, Ben?
I am going to nominate Mitch. I think Slayer is coming into or getting more depth, and it's hard to play an assassin as more than a murder hobo. I think they're doing a good job.
Thanks.
Agreed.
Definitely didn't have the voice tonight, but I'm still working and figuring out player's voice. Took me a few sessions to figure out Gloom's. I'm gonna honorable mention to Ben for just the awesome dream play, like Joe was saying. But I'm gonna give my vote to Tempo, Joe, for having a really good use of spell and adding to the story thematic, and also literally single-handedly saving the dream realm. So,
Aha. Now I am the guardian.
haha.
I think I'm the only one left. I'm going to have to give it to Ben.
Ooh.
Like, this episode, was great, but just in general, real life stats, Ben definitely has a +10 to his intelligence. We see that a lot. And this episode, just really, really showed that. So
Big brain plays. It's funny. It's funny you say that, because I thought about that too. Is that Dream was very much a background player in the entire leading up to this, and very much just whimsical about it all, because in her mind, this is her realm. She had nothing to worry about the entire time. She was playing along and picking up clues and trying to deduce everything. And Ben even said it at the end. She's kind of just fed up with it all, and she's just like, no, this is my world. This is my... you've stepped into a realm that you don't even truly understand.
Can I add something to that? I think just the growth of Dream's character, starting and coming into the party as a side character or back of the camera lens, and now slowly working into the story thematic and kind of coming to the front of the camera and being main character, and just kind of really handling all that well. So yeah, great job, Ben.
Well, thanks, y'all.
Take your well-deserved point of inspiration.
LOL. We're good. That's like that one time that Chris cut me up and said, "Welcome to the real world, bitches." I had it clipped, but oh my god, I can't find it now.
Draws you in and then slam dunks it home.
Yes, then take your well-deserved point of inspiration, and from there, we're gonna do our aspirations. And Ben, since you won tonight's inspiration, you're gonna start our aspirations off.
Ew.
Anything you want to see in the future? Anything that you really love, that you want to love more? Tell us about it, Ben. Speak your truth.
I think that we've been going really hard on narrative, and maybe we find a little bit more balance between narrative and role play and all the action stuff. I'm not poo-pooing it at all. It's a good touch, just maybe a little bit more balance.
In which direction?
Towards the center. That's the definition of balance.
Yeah, but I feel like that would.
Tempo would
I
be
feel
proud.
Shut up, Joe. I feel like this warrants the question of where do the scales in their imbalance lie now, and where might we need to lean to create that balance? And by we, I mean me as the person running the structure of said sessions. Where do you feel like we need a little more of? Like I feel like you might be saying we need more combat, but I want to be kind of clear on that. Like where you want more strategic, encounter-based, sort of puzzles to deal with, rather than the more immersive storytelling role play that we do a lot of.
So we do a lot of story-based things, and if we kind of take a look over the last, I don't know, 2 months or so, since June, there haven't been very many chances to roll dice. And it's not the physical act of rolling dice that excites me. It's that the way D&D is structured, if you're generally quote unquote doing something, requires or involves making checks or attacks or saves, whatever that might be or look like. And I think that we have leaned heavily on the story overall, with just kind of talking and setting scenes and making a robust world. And I think we've done a great job making a robust world, but let's play in it.
Okay, heard. Okay.
My aspiration is, I really liked what we did a few sessions ago with the encounter, kind of the adventure through the dream, and we had like all those riddles to solve to kind of get to this fight that we're at currently. I'd love to see more stuff like that, and more specifically, I guess maybe like some infiltration or something, where we got to get in somewhere. I know we got a lot of information, and people are trying to find these big people. And Slayer's pretty good at being sneaky sometimes, so maybe that could be a good challenge for the party.
Okay. Joe?
I guess any points I would have had have already kind of been hit on, because I do kind of see what Ben's saying. We kind of want to let the dice sort of tell the story as well.
Mm.
Kind of influence how things go, and little twists and turns, little twists and curves here and there. Never heard anything. So.
Okay, Chris?
One of the things I've kind of enjoyed over the last couple sessions is having an evil character in the dream realm, because it just sort of offsets Chimera. And, there's two sides to every coin, so I'm kind of, I'm workshopping in my head. It's sort of a way to bring that all together, and we'll shoot you a DM sometime this week on that.
Nega Chimera.
The inverse.
I will add that I really enjoyed tonight's session. I thought the fight with the shadow was challenging and different, and had, it was cool. So, good job, son. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, it is always a good session. Always.
I agree, it is. I have my own aspirations, but I want to start off with saying that I'm really, really lucky that we get to play together, because you guys are really, I don't know. I think you guys are special. I don't think I could have done this for this many years with anybody else, which has been tested and proven. And you guys just amaze me every session. You pull out the stops for me, and it makes me feel really appreciated, and makes me want to show up to the table every time. And my aspiration is one that we get to keep improving, and that you guys get to see these things that you ask for, and that we can see some of those things come to fruition. But my personal aspiration is I want to see what you guys can do when we put those things to the test. And I want to see what some more extreme measures that I may have to take. Because we do have the problem that we are such a high level, and that there are such powerful things in the game that maybe we'd need to look at and rework. We are playtesting the mercenary, so this is definitely the point in which we are doing that. But the power level of things that we need to bring into the table, because we're not only running with many fully powered characters, but some with powers beyond that. Because, why not? We like to have fun. Fun is fun. And we did talk about these things, or at least I have, being more of a threat and needing to bring bigger threats. But I guess I should be honest and say that I have pulled many punches, because I don't like some of the tactics that must be used now, like some of the things that were used today. And seeing that there was still a positive response is something that I'm not per se, I don't want to say like happy about, because it is very scary to use those very powerful sucker save spells, but they are unfortunately the only option to some of you. Like
Needed.
Dream, like Chimera, like,
Mr. 300 damage.
yeah, who can do tons of damage, who have crazy AC, crazy defenses. And that's before some of the extra stuff that was given. Just being a cavalier fighter makes you kind of crazy. And then on top of that, the queen of the dream realm. Then
I've got a 40 AC now.
On that note, I thought we had a lot of challenge when we were fighting, was it Rihanna in her squad? Mostly, largely because the squad and the buildup of its powers was like something we had to figure out. Like
The
who
squad,
the hell do we need to
Rihanna?
kill? What do you
Oh,
mean?
Raylan.
Braylon, excuse me.
Yeah, well, that was easy because you guys weren't level 20 yet.
Well, not to say that it was easy, and this is like I agree 100%. Same thing happened in Light Within. Like once artifacts were on character, I was like, I don't even know how to balance anymore. But I mean, in that sense, maybe bringing in some more, to the action economy and creating some more groups of people. I mean, you have the Nightshade, you have the Hag and such, but I mean, just thoughts. I thought,
Yeah.
at least me as the
No,
character
those are
trying to figure out the
yeah,
fight.
those are definitely tools that I leave in my toolbox, but I will be very, very honest with y'all. It is exhausting brain-wise. Imagine you running several different sheets like yours currently. Y'all don't even know half of what your character sheets can do half of the time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So I don't know. Just think about it. Maybe find some more simplified ways to do it.
And I hate the ad way of doing it, just throwing like a billion ads.
At this level, that's kind of hard unless you're like
It's just a
what
nuisance.
you really need is like you need a general and a couple lieutenants, and like also some synergy on that. I thought like the Raylan squad had like a shit ton of synergy. I was like, shit, God, it's like like you do this one thing and then they do this other thing and then she freaking banishes me. I'm like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah, that was such a tight, and I literally had a notebook, and it was easy because they were recurring, so it's like I could always go back to them. I literally
Yeah.
had a notebook, and I did it, and I remember we talked about this a few days ago, where I was praising the older editions for having tactics for their stat blocks. And I literally had a notebook with all their tactics and their most like their go-to spells and the combos that they would use together. So I literally had this notebook when I was battling you guys, sitting there with their like literally like a playbook. Um, and that's what I feel like worked the best for that. And might be something that I'm revisiting for this. Like I said, like pulling that out of the toolbox. And so we can add more of that into this. I have one for the night of the Vanguard of Nightmare, or the Vanguard of Terror, excuse me, because like Dream, they have like such a big character sheet. So I simplified it all into a little notebook.
Yeah, so I
So
guess like on the subject, like maybe grab the Knight of Terror's stat block, look at it, theorize some synergy with it, and like make a couple lieutenants. Or I don't know, I'm just like just trying to add to the. I know
yeah,
sometimes as the DM it's hard, like you need direction and you need inspiration. So and you want that to be received well. So
yeah. No, I really do appreciate it, and I love that we do aspirations because this part of the conversation, I think, has been very helpful, especially over the last couple of sessions. Um, so obviously, thank you guys. Another great session. I really can't wait to see you next week. And before we close things out, I just want to say, is there anything else anyone wants to add to anything? Did we skip over anyone? Did I forget anything? No?
Do drugs, kids.
unless they're free, because drugs are expensive.
All right.
No, I said do them.
Don't buy drugs.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
buy
don't
drugs.
buy drugs. Get your friends to share with you.
Yep.
Joe? Why?
Yes, dear. Why not?
The Lore Masters Guild at Cirque Magnifique and all characters in this show do not condone the use of drugs.
That's a lie. Sword Magnifique clearly
Yeah,
sells drugs.
Gloombringer quite literally endorses it. Alex quite literally supplies it.
There is no knowledge by the upper management of Cirque Magnifique of any drugs on the premises or being sold
He is
by
the upper management, though.
any patron or sold by any member of the Cirque Magnifique crew. Any accusations are liable for a defamation suit This is a last
Only
warning.
do drugs in fantasy role-playing games, kids.
Cease and desist.
Children.
Good night,
So
stream.
Good night.
don't do drugs. Sell drugs.